What's up, y'all? It's your boy Jay Haleem. Yes, you are on S.T.A.R.V.E Talk YouTube page. Listen, there's no question today. It's just me, man, looking at the world and looking at these things, and it's kind of crazy. So I caught the Breakfast Club interview, and again, like and subscribe to the page too. Caught the Breakfast Club interview from yesterday with Larry Elder. Found out that he's running for president. Of course, 100-year radio professional, really like 40 years, but successful black man running for president on a Republican ticket. And it was I really couldn't get through the whole thing. I got through about 25 minutes, but it was just crazy because there's a couple things that I didn't like about it. I'm just going to focus on. Let me get the stuff that irked me out of the way first. These Breakfast Club individuals got to stop being so disrespectful. This is a 71-year-old man. You know what I mean? The young lady, Teslin Figueroa, she was just very, very rude to him. And I get where she was coming from, and she asking her questions, but Jesus Christ, you don't know that man personally. He didn't say anything bad to you personally. Having that type of energy is not needed. And I'm not going to say because you're a black woman or you know what I'm saying. It just was rude. Charlemagne is historically known to be rude. He was doing better. But yeah, that makes me uncomfortable because I was raised to respect my elders, and you can have disagreements, especially in business and with this situation, because this is their business, this is where they work. And it can be, you can be okay. You don't have to be you can disagree without being disagreeable, right? So now the bulk of this is about Larry Elder though, and politics. Why is it so hard to get a politician to just talk truth and real? And I think that this is one of the biggest problems that we have in this country, because these are the people who lead this country. These are the people who are sitting in a room having a conversation about what's going to happen with 400 million people, or the other 300 and whatever down to zeros people, and we have to vote and elect these people in here to talk about this, and none of them can be honest. You listen to Larry Elder, so intelligent. He has to be, right? You can hear he's very articulate, good-looking brother, older guy, still in shape, still ready, still looking good at 71 years old, very accomplished. And your whole argument is Democrat-Republican. Democrat-Republican. Not, this is happening with black people, this is happening with white people. They ask him a question like, okay, you told us everything that black people are doing wrong. What are white people doing wrong? And he literally wouldn't answer that question. I would have rather him say, I don't want to talk about that. But to say what he said and to spin it back to Democrat, Republican, that's horrible. Like, that would not be accepted. He's an educated man. That wouldn't be an accepted answer in nobody's, 20-page paper. Nobody's dissertation. We talk. He has a great argument about fatherlessness in our community. I think that plays a huge part. But in politics, we haven't found people to understand that two different opinions can be right, or two different points of views can be correct. It's got to be what the Democrats believe, what the Republicans believe. Otherwise, we're going to be in a world of trouble. Because when they can't agree, the people on the bottom suffer. And they don't agree to things that's just regular. Like Charlemagne brought up about the mass shootings. He went and said, well, it's 60% of white people in this country, so most of them are doing the mass shootings, but that's on par for the amount of people there. But we, with the shootings and stuff that we do, we're overperforming. Now, not to mention, we all should know, educated individuals understand that, first and foremost, if you're the ones that's on the heavy poverty side, then that's why you're performing and acting the way you acting, outside of the fact that they're mismanaging and mislabeling these shootings as mass shootings. They just coupled them all together. So now you're adding in that data to say when a gang shootout in a black neighborhood and multiple people die is a mass shooting. Now, by definition, more than one person, multiple people getting shot at the same time is a mass shooting. But we're talking about mass shootings, individuals walking into a space, shooting people they don't know, they don't have beef with, nothing was going on, they just shooting people for no good reason. The guy in Vegas who sat in the window of a hotel and shot a whole bunch of people in that's a mass shooting. The guy who walked up in Buffalo and shot those black people outside the grocery store, that's a mass shooting. Two sets in Chicago shooting each other is not the same. It should not be lumped in and categorized as the same thing. But this is what they're doing. And it's a scare tactic, and it's just a lie. Because now you're going to say it's 500 mass shootings. Now you have people thinking, I was one of them, until I had to buckle down, do my research, and pay attention, that, oh man, you have 500 people in less than, well, it ain't even 500 days in a year, but in that amount of time, in half a year, go just shoot random people. We got to get the hell out of here. We can't stay here. That's crazy. Because you can explain with common sense that two sets of beefing with each other, two neighborhoods beefing with each other. Because just last year, I was in South Carolina, and it was a biker gang shooting in broad daylight, a mass shooting, if we go by their definition. White biker gangs shooting at each other on broad daylight, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Multiple deaths on a street called Two Notch Road in front of a bike shop. So these things happen. You can explain that. No matter what crime happens, they could have picked you up. You could have shot somebody in the middle of the street. They got your social security number tattooed on your behind. They got your DNA. They got everything. They still going to ask you why you did it. And because you can't find a reason why Dylan Roof walking into a church shooting a whole bunch of people, no civilized reason for that, and all these other mass shootings that happen when them people up in California, all the Asian people and the Asian guy walked in and shot the dance studio up. These are mass shootings. But he started talking about the numbers of how we're overperforming because we're only 13.5% of the country. That's sickening. Because we're choosing politics. And this is my personal opinion on this, and everybody can feel the way they want to feel. I feel it's not everybody because it's never everybody. We know that. So somebody, oh, my brother's not that way. He's a politician. My daddy's not like that. He's not a politician. Or I'm black. And I think that we still have too much of a residue that black people still feeling a way, and they really want to, take advantage of white privilege. They want the benefit of white privilege. They want to be a part of white privilege. And so they're willing to do the things that white people do. So we get to a point at 71 years old where you're successful in your career, but you have some money. This is most of the reasons why black people are Republicans. Again, I don't have an issue. I'm an independent. I actually fiscally, I think I am Republican, however, but this is most of the time you see a Republican that's black, they're well-to-do. Most of the time, not everybody, because I know you got a cousin, and I know you got a brother who is a Republican, and then I was name, but we're talking about the majority. And so now you jump out here, and now you're the mouthpiece. You're running out here, and you're acting like your cousins didn't grow up on food stamps, your family member didn't benefit off of welfare, and all those things, and now you're pointing fingers. But the beautiful thing I love about white people and I love about other communities is that they don't do that. They do not kick their people to the curb. You know what I mean? They go and move and make their moves, and it is what it is. They talk about what they got to talk about and go from there. This man spent, I seen 25 minutes, I think it was an hour video, and I couldn't watch it. But if you are a black man and you think that you're going to go on a black station, a black show, and you made up your mind that you was going to spend your whole time bashing black fathers, black fatherlessness and mothers and all this other stuff like that, and you're going to be president of the United States, something is really wrong with you. We know you will never be elected, but the fact that you want to be, something is really wrong with you. And I don't know what to say. I don't know what it is. Maybe y'all can tell me. Leave a comment, keep the conversation going, like and subscribe to the page. This wasn't one of those questions that we have with my player partner. I just had to vent. So, this is S.T.A.R.V.E Talk. This is what we're doing here. I got the platform to say it. But comment with me. Keep the conversation going so we can keep it going. And hopefully this helps somebody. Hopefully y'all got something to say. Maybe y'all can give me some information and advice so I can deal with this so I don't be stressed out. Peace. See y'all later.